Hey everybody, Isabel Fox here, and today's lesson is on how Australia's highest paid escorts ask for booking fees without killing the mood. Especially at the start of your career, meeting with clients and asking for fees can be quite daunting. If you've come from the brothel world and transitioning into private work or into escorting, and it's your responsibility to get your money rather than have it taken before you get to your booking with your client, it can be daunting to do, and also it can be a little confusing to know how to do it with skill so that you don't kill the mood. Obviously, your relationship with your client is a business transaction, but you don't really want to draw too much attention to that. So we're going to go through today exactly what you need to say to get the fee from your client and to do it without killing the mood. Now, in many situations, your client will arrive with the money in an envelope and just hand it to you. And if you have a private profile, you can write on your profile that he has the money ready and gives it to you upon arrival. Especially experienced clients will just take care of this for you. Or on the alternative, very, very nervous clients will be very conscious of trying to give you your money right away. And it's still important in those situations that you know how to handle that so that, again, it's smooth and that you receive your money with confidence and you move straight through to the fun part of the booking without kind of lingering in that awkward moment. So even though I know it can be awkward, I'm going to start with some tips to make it easier for you. Keep in mind that the sooner you get it over with, the sooner you can move past it and focus on the fun stuff. He most likely finds this part awkward too. And getting good at this and skillfully guiding him through it will set you apart from other girls and make him more likely to want to see you again. It is your responsibility as the service provider to take care of the payment. So even though it is lovely when a client does have the fee ready, it is our responsibility as professional businesswomen to make sure that we get the money, that we count the money, and that we do this all in an appropriate manner. And we're going to talk today too about what you can do if the client actually turns up with the wrong amount of money. So we're going to go over that later. Remember that anything delivered in a confident, cheeky, and playful manner is generally going to go down well. Remember, he's there to have fun, so make it fun. I've touched on this in previous lessons, and I'll touch on it in further lessons as well. Anything that you say should generally be done in a confident and playful manner. Anything awkward, anything uncomfortable, and it will diffuse the situation. Anything fun as well said in this manner will make you more likable and make him enjoy your presence more. So keep that in mind. Confident and playful is the name of the game. If you learn to breeze confidently and smoothly past this, it's a skill that you will develop. And it's a skill just like any other that you can learn. Just like you had to get good at doing other parts of your bookings and interacting with your clients and providing a high quality sexual experience, this is just another skill that you can get better at too. And you can learn from resources like this. So this is exactly how you ask for the fees. I've broken it up into two different scenarios that are the most common situation that you'll get. So this applies to whether or not he shows up at your place or you show up at his place. Step 1, upon entry, once you are alone, and that's important, don't obviously ask for your fees when you meet in the hotel lobby. That will make everybody uncomfortable. So once you are alone, greet him with a tender hand on his arm. Warmly and with a smile say, "Mark, it's so good to see you. Thank you for having me. Can I get you a drink?" Step 2, if he says yes and states his drink, you say, "Great choice. While I get that, shall we take care of the business so we can get to the cheeky business?" And I like to be purposeful in my tone when I say cheeky business. I'll say it with a smile. I'll say it with a cheeky look in my eye. So even though I've just asked him, "Please give me your money," I've been very suggestive and I'm alluding to the fun that we're going to have and hopefully making him like me more as I say that. I'm dressed well, I'm looking hot, and I've just said to him, "Oh, we're going to get to cheeky business," even though I'm also asking for the money. So I'm distracting his attention as I say that. Step 3, allow him to get the fee while you prepare a drink for him. Step 4, and this is really important. Once he gives you the fee, put it out of sight, somewhere easily accessible to you, such as in your bag. If you're at your own place and familiar with your territory, you can put it in a drawer. The reason I put it out of sight immediately is out of sight, out of mind. I don't want to leave the envelope sitting on a table or anything like that. It's not going to bother all clients, but there will be clients who glance at it from time to time, and it just reminds them again of the transactional nature. Once we've taken care of this part, we want to totally put it out of the way and never talk about it again. That's also why I get it over and done with early. I don't wait for 10 or 15 minutes in when we've already been chatting and he's now comfortable. I get rid of it quickly so that we don't have to break the mood. So if I do let him in, sit him down, have a drink, we start kissing, we start getting a little bit frisky on the couch, and then I'm going to ask him for a shower, and then I ask him for the fee, I break the fantasy. So I want to get it done with quickly. And also if there's a problem with the fee, I want to rectify it quickly again, rather than have already been 15 minutes into the booking. So once I've put the fee away in step 5, I will then sit with him, I'll drink and chat for a short period of time. And then when he is showering, I will count the fee. You can join him for a shower. Most clients really like this, but I'll do it after counting. And what I'll do is I'll say to him, you start without me. I just need to get something girly. I'll meet you there. Anytime you mention something like girly, I just have to do a girly thing, I have a girl problem, I'm just taking care of some female issues, anything that alludes to like female problems, men immediately know that that's not their space. So if you say to him, I just have to do something, or I'll just be a second, he may linger with you, not realizing that this is your chance to count the money while he's showering. And you don't want to make that situation uncomfortable or put yourself in a position where you don't know how to handle it, so then you don't count the fee until the end because you feel like you haven't had a moment to. So use your female powers and allude to female issues. He's not going to go and think that there's something wrong with you. He'll just know that, oh, something female is going on that I don't need to know about. For all he knows, you're kind of lubing yourself up a little bit. Hopefully that's where his mind goes and he won't really mind about that. So I just need to get something girly and I will meet you there. Now, step 6, if he doesn't shower before anything sexual begins, just excuse yourself to the bathroom to freshen up and count your fee. And again, you can say, do you mind if I just use the bathroom? I need to do something girly. Or something as simple as, I just need to freshen up in the bathroom. Take your money with you and count your fee there. Obviously, most of the time, your client will be showering in your presence. However, you might show up to his hotel room and he's made it very clear that he's already showered, and some girls are comfortable with that. If you've just showed up, you may have already showered as well. Sometimes the client even lets you know before you arrive, hey, I'm going to have a shower. Is that okay? So obviously, he doesn't want to use his time. So if that's the case, you can still excuse yourself. Even at your own place, you can still excuse yourself to freshen up and can use that as a chance to count your fee. All right, so scenario 2. Not that different from scenario 1, but it does make a difference if your client declines the drink as to how the flow of the payment goes. So this is exactly how to ask for your fees. Step 1. Upon entry, again, once you are alone, greet him with a tender hand on his arm. I like the physical touch early on. The sooner you make that physical touch, the sooner everyone's nerves, mostly his, subside. So you need to take control and initiate contact in the appropriate manner. So you're obviously not going to stick your tongue down his throat the second he walks in the door, but just putting a hand on his arm lets him know that it's okay for him to touch you because you've done it first, and it just sets the tone of the booking. So I will put my tender hand on his arm and I will warmly, with a smile, say, Mark, it's so good to see you. Thank you for having me. Can I get you a drink? I'll even say that to him if I get to his hotel room. Or I might say, shall I prepare us some drinks? I think that it's a really lovely thing to be hospitable. Even if you're in his space, it's still an appropriate thing to say. Step 2. If he says no, then you can say, sure, before we relax then, shall we take care of the business so we can get to the cheeky business? Step 3. Allow him to get the fee. And if you like, you can make small talk while he does this. That means really, usually, again, he'll have it ready. But if he doesn't and he needs to like fumble through his things or through his pockets or count the money in front of you, which sometimes clients will do, you can just make small talk that's not too distracting while he's doing that. Step 4, put the fee out of sight, somewhere easily accessible to you, in your bag or in a drawer. Step 5, sit with him, chat for a short time, then when he is showering, count your fee. You can join him in the shower afterwards, after counting, by saying, I just need to get something girly, I'll meet you there. Step 6, if he doesn't shower before anything sexual begins, excuse yourself to the bathroom to freshen up and count your fee there. So not that different to scenario 1. However, if we don't cover it and your client declines a drink, which does happen quite frequently, then you don't want to be left, oh, I don't know what the next step is. So have the 2 scenarios ready to go in your head. Now, what do we do if he gives you the wrong amount? So he's given you your fee, you've had a short chat, Again, I emphasize short before you get your client to shower so that you don't have to break the mood by counting your fee, and if this does happen, he gets it wrong. So how do you handle it? He's in the shower, you've counted it, he's $100 short, $50 short. What do you do? And this is exactly how you handle this situation. Once he comes out of the shower, you say, I'm sure you just miscounted in your excitement to see me. However, you're X number of dollars short. Would you mind if we fix it up now, please? If he doesn't have the cash on him, you can take a credit card payment if you can accept one. So it's very handy to have some sort of credit card option available. Even if you aren't able to provide it yourself, you may have a friend who provides it, who is willing to let you use her credit card facility for a small fee, and it is worth your time trying to work out that situation, especially for situations like this or last minute extensions. If you can't take a credit card payment or he can't pay by card, you should know your closest ATM, especially if it's your own location, and ask that he goes to get the fee. So if you provide an in-call situation, you should know where the closest ATM is. This is handy for last-minute bookings where clients will often say, hey, is there an ATM nearby? If you can provide that, that just eases the situation, makes it more convenient. If he agrees, you need to wait with the rest of his money while he goes to get it. You don't want a chance that he does a run-up and just doesn't come back because now he's already seen you, maybe you've already kissed a little bit. That does happen, unfortunately, so be smart. Hold on to the rest of his money so he comes back for its worth. Now, if he won't or it isn't possible to do that, so say he just doesn't want to go do that because he can't be bothered, which some clients will say, or he doesn't have his card on him, which is unlikely, but some clients will also say that, then you can modify the length of your booking based on what he has given you. In my experience, this is the best way to handle the situation if he is not able to get you the extra money. So sometimes girls will cancel a booking out of frustration. You obviously have the option to do that, but in terms of you making money, it's not really the best idea for you because you now missed out on the whole amount or most of the amount minus a cancellation fee. So let's say he shows up and the rate is $800, but he only brings $700. You're 20 minutes in by the time all of this has happened and you've talked about it. He showed up, you had a drink and everything. You don't want to lose, say you keep a $200 cancellation fee. You don't want to now lose that $500 based on this hiccup. And also, you'll never get him as a repeat client if you ask him to leave because he's $100 short. So you always want to be thinking about repeat clientele because that's where the money is. And again, you want to do this in a situation where you are handling it really well. You smile it off. You tell him that you'll have an amazing time regardless, and that next time he'll be very glad to have the full amount of time because it's life-changing. So what I will do in this situation is I will just modify the length of the booking. If he's only brought $700, I will make it a 45-minute booking. And I'll just kind of state that that's what we're going to do and tell him, don't worry, we can do more next time. And it's really his problem now. If he decides that he wants to cancel because he isn't getting his full rate, which I can tell you 90% of clients will not do, then you can take a cancellation fee and that's totally out of your control. You've done everything that you can. So guys, that's our lesson for today, how to ask for your booking fee and how to handle it if something goes wrong in the process. Let me know how you go. Hit me up on isabel@foxgirls.com.au. I'd love to hear your feedback. I can't wait to speak with you soon in our next lesson. Bye now.